I think we gotta start paying attention to all the moments in our lives. And I think I should just talk about myself, and then this whole idea that I have in my head right now will make sense eventually. Eventually, it all does make sense at the end of the day. Yes, so I had a really, really wonderful time with a friend, and after dinner, after spending time together, and it has made me realize how we have to start paying attention of every single moment in our life. Like, live life on turtle or snail mode. When you live life like that, I mean, speaking for myself, when I live life like that, I start noticing things like my energy, the little discomfort, the little excitement, the curiosities, the little things that make a big difference, that literally that could dictate a life-changing decision. And for example, there was this moment when we were eating or packing our food because we didn't finish eating, or I didn't finish eating, and we were packing, and then after we were packing, there was the, what is it, condiments, little condiments, condiment whiz. What are those? The cups, the little condiment cups, but they were not cups. Anyways, yes, so they had the sauce, and I really, really liked the sauce. And then I was like, no, the friend basically was like, you should take this too, like, the sauce, are you gonna take the sauce? And I was like, I really like the sauce, maybe I should take some. And then basically I proceeded to be like, no, I don't need the sauce or anything like that. And then she was like, I mean, you could just take the whole thing. And I was like, after I put the condiment, the little cups, the permanent little cups in my to-go thingy container, I felt it was a little shift. But this is where my values come in. It was a little shift in my body, and it didn't feel right for me to take it. And I was like, I feel like I'm still in this. So I ended up returning them. So back to my point is that when we start living slow when I start living slow, I'm speaking about myself. When I start living slow and slowing up my life, that's when, for me, the little tiny decisions, tiny feelings, tiny curiosities start showing up. And I think that's where the little voice, my true voice comes in, and that's where my values come into. And I was really happy with that moment. It just made me realize that this is where my boundaries are born. Like that moment you pause before saying yes or no, that's where your boundaries are born. That moment where you actually listen to your body before making a decision to something, to agree to something or not agree to something, to do something or not do something. Those moments and those things are born from literally listening to your body, being in tune with your body, and also I feel like going on slow mode. Even if like life, you go fast, I feel like you should have those moments where I need to have those moments where I can be on slow mode, so I can realize and reflect and think about like my experiences and what I've learned from them. Yeah, we're gonna continue this because I definitely do want to talk about like how I've become really comfortable. Oh, this is a proud moment. I've become really comfortable with, like, I feel like I've always been able to say no. I don't want to do it. I'm not comfortable with it. But now, at this moment, as I'm speaking from the fact that I'm doing it with the awareness that I actually meant no, like with awareness and understanding and clarity. Before, I was doing it, but I was not aware of what was driving my answer, or like why did I say no. But it made sense to me. It made sense for me to say no in that moment, but I did not understand why I was saying no to that. And now, exploring boundaries and the people experiences I went through, it has made me realize that I'm comfortable with setting up boundaries. And this was the goal. This was literally the goal, to become comfortable with expressing my boundaries. And boundaries are not like, sometimes when you're in the moment and like you don't, for me specifically, I don't always know that it's a boundary until I'm put in that position. Like, of course, I have my fixed boundaries, and then I have like those ones that come as you go. And yeah, this is a really proud moment. I've just realized that I am very comfortable with saying no, with expressing myself, expressing my boundaries, and this is growth here, and I'm really proud of myself for that. Yeah, wow. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay, I need to go to sleep. But that reflection really came out, and I really had to say something. Other than that, good night, my love. I mean, have a wonderful day.